of this video. When a narcissist knows you are done, when a narcissist realizes that someone is done with them, a series of reactions and behaviors may unfold, reflecting the complexities of their personality and their perception of interpersonal relationships. So in this video, I'm gonna give you a comprehensive explanation of what typically happens, supported by examples. When a narcissist knows you're done, number one, there'll be initial shock and denial. The first reaction a narcissist might have when they realize someone is done with them is shock and denial. Narcissists often have an inflated sense of their own importance and might believe that others are incapable of truly leaving them. For instance, if a person decides to end a romantic relationship with a narcissist, the narcissist might initially react with disbelief, insisting that the other person must be joking or that they will come back. When a narcissist realizes that you're done with them, number two thing that happens is they'll attempt to reclaim control. Once the initial shock subsides, the narcissist may try to regain control over the situation. They might employ tactics like love bombing, where they shower the person with attention and affection to win them back. For example, they might start sending excessive messages, making grand gestures, or trying to rekindle the relationship between you and them through dramatic displays. When a narcissist realizes that you're done with them, they will guilt trip you and manipulate you. If initial attempts to win the person back fails, the narcissist may use guilt tripping as a tactic. They may claim that the person is abandoning them during a difficult time or that they are being unfair. An example could be a narcissistic boss who, upon being told that an employee is leaving, might start stressing how much that an employee who's leaving, how much their departure will hurt the team and undermine their success. The other thing that happens when a narcissist realizes you're done with them is smear campaign. In some cases, a narcissist may resort to a smear campaign. They might spread negative information or rumors about the person who is leaving in an attempt to damage their reputation and alienate them from their social circle. For example, a narcissistic friend who is cut off might start telling mutual acquaintances that the person is unreliable or ungrateful. When a narcissist realizes you're done with them, they'll play the victim. They might adopt a victim mentality when someone leaves them. They may portray themselves as the wronged party, emphasizing how they were unfairly treated or how their ex-partner is the one with the problem. A narcissistic parent, when their child decides to go no contact, might tell others that they are heartbroken and misunderstood. When a narcissist realizes you're done with them, they will increase aggression. When faced with rejection, some narcissists may respond with increased aggression. They might lash out with anger or hostility, seeing the departure as a personal attack. For instance, a narcissistic coworker might react aggressively if a colleague resigns, blaming them for creating chaos or claiming that they are ungrateful. When a narcissist realizes you're done with them, there'll be jealousy and envy. The departure of someone significant might trigger feelings of jealousy and envy in the narcissist, especially if they perceive that the person is moving on to something better. They might be envious of the person's newfound freedom or success and express this jealousy through passive-aggressive comments or actions. When a narcissist realizes you're done with them, they will seek new supply. Narcissists often require a constant source of admiration and validation, known as narcissistic supply. So when someone exits their life, they might immediately start seeking new sources of supply to fill the void. For example, a narcissistic partner who has been dumped might quickly start dating someone new, trying to showcase their new relationship as a way to validate their self-worth. When a narcissist realizes you're done with them, they will rewrite history. To cope with the loss, narcissists might rewrite the history of the relationship to make themselves look better and justify the end. They might downplay their own faults or exaggerate the other person's shortcomings. For instance, a narcissistic friend might claim that they were always supportive and that their friend was the one who consistently caused problems. When a narcissist realizes you're done with them, there'll be emotional manipulation. They might use emotional manipulation to keep the person engaged, even if it means making false promises or pretending to change. For example, a narcissistic partner might promise to work on their flaws or change their behavior in order to win back someone who has left them. When a narcissist realizes you're done with them, there'll be short-lived resentment. In some cases, the narcissist might initially hold onto resentment but quickly shift focus. They might move from resentment to finding a new target or obsession to distract themselves from their feelings of rejection. This shift can be seen when a narcissistic individual quickly engages in new projects or relationships to divert attention from their heart. When a narcissist realizes you're done with them, there'll be projection. Narcissists might project their own negative qualities onto the person who left them. They could accuse the person of being selfish, untrustworthy, or flawed, which helps them avoid confronting their own issues. For example, a narcissistic manager might claim that an employee who leaves is uncommitted or unreliable, projecting their own shortcomings onto the departing individual. When a narcissist realizes you're done with them, there'll be involuntary self-reflection. Although narcissists typically avoid self-reflection, the experience of someone leaving might trigger moments of involuntary introspection. They might briefly question their own behavior, but this is often fleeting and superficial, quickly overshadowed by their need to protect their self-image. When a narcissist realizes you're done with them, they'll search for validation. After someone leaves, narcissists often seek validation from others to compensate for the loss. They may talk about the situation with new people, seek reassurance and support. For example, a narcissistic individual might continually recount the details of their breakup to friends or acquaintances, hoping for validation and sympathy. When a narcissist realizes you're done with them, there'll be a cycle of new relationships. Finally, narcissists often enter new relationships or social circles in cyclical patterns. They may repeat the same behaviors with new people, driven by their need for validation and admiration. This cycle perpetuates their reliance on external sources of validation and prevents them from addressing underlying issues. For instance, a narcissistic person who is dumped by one partner might quickly start a new relationship, only to repeat similar patterns of behavior. So understanding these reactions helps in navigating interactions with narcissists and maintaining personal boundaries. I hope you've learned a thing or two. And it's important to know that recognizing these patterns that I've mentioned in this video can also aid in managing one's own emotional responses and protecting oneself from potential manipulation or harm. Protecting yourself from the poisonous pangs of a narcissist involves setting boundaries, understanding their behavior, and prioritizing your emotional well-being. Narcissists often thrive on manipulation, control, and emotional exploitation, so it's crucial to stay vigilant and empowered. Number one way of protecting yourself from poisonous pangs of a narcissist: recognize the signs of narcissism. Narcissists often display traits such as grandiosity, an inflated sense of self-importance, that is, lack of empathy, that is, difficulty in understanding or caring about the feelings of others. Entitlement, that is, narcissists believing they deserve special treatment or admiration. Another sign of narcissism is manipulative behavior. They use others for personal gain without remorse. Then there is gaslighting. The narcissist makes you doubt your reality, memory, or perception. And then there is exploitation. They take advantage of others for their benefit. Being able to identify these traits is the first step towards protecting yourself. Narcissists, to protect yourself from them, set clear and firm boundaries. Narcissists will often push boundaries to maintain control or manipulate others. So set clear, non-negotiable boundaries. That is very important. For example, you can limit emotional involvement. Don't allow yourself to be emotionally drawn into their drama or conflict. You can also be clear about what you will and you will not tolerate. Don't accept abuse, disrespect, or manipulation. Stand firm on your limits. Narcissists may try to guilt trip or pressure you into changing your boundaries. So practice saying no and sticking to your decisions. To protect yourself from poisonous pangs of a narcissist, avoid engaging in power struggles. Narcissists thrive on attention, and engaging in conflicts with them can give them the power and validation they seek. Instead of arguing or trying to win an argument with a narcissist, stay calm. Because narcissists often feed off emotional reactions, so remain calm. This can deflate their attempts to provoke you. Don't take their bait. If they try to start a fight or manipulate you, refuse to get emotionally involved. Simply walk away or disengage. Stay objective. When possible, stick to facts and avoid discussing your personal feelings, which can be used against you. Also, try to practice emotional detachment. One of the best ways to protect yourself from a narcissist is by emotionally detaching. This doesn't mean being cold or unkind, but rather protecting your emotional well-being by recognizing their tactics. When you understand that narcissists often manipulate for personal gain, you can take their comments or actions less personally. Maintain perspective. Understand that their behavior is a reflection of their insecurities and need for control, not a reflection of your worth. Don't internalize their criticisms. Narcissists often criticize or belittle others to feel superior. So don't internalize their negative remarks as truth. The other thing, you can establish and maintain a support system. Narcissists often try to isolate their targets, making them feel alone or unsupported. So building a strong support system is key to protecting yourself. Surround yourself with empathetic and supportive people. Friends and family who understand narcissistic behavior can help validate your experiences and provide emotional support. Seek therapy. A therapist can help you process your feelings and develop strategies for coping with narcissistic abuse. Reach out for help. If you are dealing with a particularly toxic or abusive narcissist, don't hesitate to seek professional or legal advice. Don't try to fix or change them. Narcissists are unlikely to change because they often don't believe they need to. So trying to fix or change them is not only futile, but it can also be emotionally exhausting. Focus on accepting them for who they are. Understand that their behaviors are deeply ingrained and unlikely to shift. Don't take on the responsibility of trying to change them. Empowering yourself is another way of not fixing or changing the narcissist. Take back your power by focusing on what you can control, your own responses and actions. You can also develop a plan for exit if necessary. If the narcissistic relationship is too toxic or harmful, it may be necessary to distance yourself or cut ties. This is especially important if you are dealing with emotional abuse, manipulation, or gaslighting. Key steps include: plan your exit carefully. Narcissists can react negatively to perceived abandonment or rejection. So plan any necessary separation with caution. Prepare for retaliation. Narcissists may retaliate in subtle or overt ways. So it is essential to prepare mentally for any backlash. Seek legal protection if needed. In extreme cases where narcissistic abuse is a pattern, for example in a marriage or workplace setting, you may need to consider legal action or a restraining order. You can also practice self-care and build resilience. Taking care of yourself emotionally, physically, and mentally is essential in preserving your well-being while dealing with a narcissist. Engage in self-care. That is, activities that promote relaxation, joy, and self-compassion, like meditation, journaling, exercise, or hobbies, can help you recharge. You can also prioritize your needs. Don't sacrifice your mental health or happiness for the sake of a narcissist's demands. Your needs are just as important as anyone else's. Strengthen your sense of self-worth. Narcissists can often chip away at your self-esteem. Regularly remind yourself of your value, strengths, and accomplishments. Understand that you can't control them. No matter how hard you try, you cannot control or change a narcissist's behavior. The best you can do is to control your responses, your boundaries, and how you interact with them. Accept that their behavior is not your fault. Narcissists will often try to blame you for their actions. Remember, their manipulative tactics are a reflection of their issues, not yours. Narcissists can never meet your emotional needs in the way you may hope for. Keeping your expectations realistic, recognizing that they are unlikely to be empathetic, accountable, or cooperative. It is important in preventing frustration and emotional harm. In conclusion, protecting yourself from the toxic effects of a narcissist is about self-awareness, emotional boundaries, and self-care. Narcissists can be draining, manipulative, and hurtful, but by remaining detached, setting firm limits, and surrounding yourself with supportive people, you can shield yourself from their negative influence. Above all, remember that you are deserving of respect, compassion, and healthy relationships. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you've learned a thing or two. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel if you've not done so. And don't forget to like, comment, and share this video widely to all those who may need it. Thank you.